My name is Eric Vespi. I write for a website called Ain't It Cool News. We talk about a bunch of movie geeky stuff, so I was really honored when they asked me to moderate this panel with a horror icon, a cinema icon, and a personal icon of mine, because I was a kid in the heyday of Nightmare on Elm Street, so of course I was a little bit obsessed with this character. All right, so let's see. I need to get some housekeeping out of the way first. We do want to involve you guys as much as we can in the panel, so there's a mic stand right there, and if you want to ask questions, that's where you're going to go. I think that should do it. I think we should bring Mr. Robert Englund up on stage.
I'm just going to pimp myself here for a second because I've been kind of busy in the last couple of years. Something I'm very proud of. A film called The Last Showing is on lots of platforms now. You can iTunes it, you can Netflix it. It's still somewhere on demand and DVD. And I'm really proud of it. I was just in Australia with Finn Jones from Game of Thrones, and he does terrific work in it as well. And I've got a down and dirty little horror movie also on the same platforms and DVD that's out right now called Fear Clinic. And another young actor is terrific in that, Thomas Dekker, who you may remember from Terminator Sarah Connor Chronicles. And he's on right now on Baxter on Fox with Rainn Wilson from The Office. He's terrific on that show as well. So check those out. Those of you that are not going to gamble tonight and are saving your money for a picture of lovely dead zombies, walkers, stalkers, and etc., or the survivors, and you're sharing a motel room somewhere in Vegas, and the remnants of a cold pizza, catch me tonight camping it up at 9 o'clock on the Sci-Fi Channel in Lake Placid 4. If they invite me back for one more of those goddamn movies, I don't think I'm going to have anything left, except, I'm going to be like a hand puppet. They've got my eye and my hand, and I'm like Captain Hook meets Long John Silver, with a little bit of Jaws thrown in for seasoning. Anyway, just finished a movie called Funhouse Asylum. I'm hoping it's going to be terrific. I play the warden of an asylum for the criminally insane, and it's about a haunt, a Halloween haunt that's very hip and underground, and the people impersonating the Jeffrey Dahmers and the Ed Gacy's are replaced by the actual guys because they break out of the asylum. So it looks like a lot of fun, a lot of TNA and horror and blood and gore, all the good stuff we love.
So invite the parents over.
Yes, bring the parents over, bring the kids. Anyway, that's about it. Busy doing cartoon voices as well. So when you're staggering around hungover on a Saturday morning, that's probably my voice coming out of the TV. Just did a Ninja Turtles, it was fun, and I just did the regulars with Mark Hamill. Yeah, it was great to see Mark again. I think they sent him to the gym right after that for Star Wars. Anyway, I'm here to answer any and all questions, so fire away. And you please hold my hand here, because this is like having my own personal IMBD. This guy's so great that when I forget the names of character actors I love. So first question.
Here we go.
Hey there.
Hi.
I was actually, I loved Freddy, but my question's more about what I know it was a long time ago, but what was it like working on V?
Well, V, I made some great friends. You guys know the great Michael Ironside, all the way back, to the David Cronenberg films, was in that. And Jeff Yeager is Kevin Yeager's brother, who I worked with. He was the rich kid on the show. Kevin Yeager did my makeup for parts 2, 3, 4, and 5, and created Chucky and the Crypt Keeper, and produced Sleepy Hollow. Really talented special effects makeup guy. So I had really good friends. Jennifer Cook, who was in one of the early Friday the 13th, played the Star Child, and she was a dear friend. I got to hang out with June Chadwick, who was the Yoko Ono in Spinal Tap, blonde bitch. And Diana was terrific. I got to go, I won an award in Italy for Best Supporting Actor. I beat out Richard Chamberlain in The Foreign Birds. And I got to go fly over first class with Jane. Never flown first class to Europe before, and I got to go with Jane Badler, which was pretty fun, you know, because she looks like an Italian movie star, so right away we were off on the right foot, but that was a lot of fun. I turned down this festival twice, and I finally went to it, and I won an award, and I went out to the after party, and I sat down at the table, and it was Dustin Hoffman, me, Catherine Deneuve, oh my God, and the guy that played the French Connection, who's like a famous Spanish-French actor, Fernando Rey, who goes all the way back with these strange, surreal Luis Buñuel films. So it was like a late night. But I mean, I thought my Robert turned this festival down 3 times because we don't have anybody to advise us. Like back then, especially, like you guys have an underground now. On the internet, you guys know certain cons are better than other cons, certain cities are better than other cities to go to, they're more fun. And it's sort of like that with film festivals too. And to any of you that have a little time on your hands, you should all try to get to the one they have in this little beach town south of Barcelona called Sitges, S-I-T-G-E-S. It's an amazing film festival, horror and science fiction and fantasy. And you go out every night and sit down by the boats and eat great food, and everybody meets everybody and hangs out with everybody and drinks with everybody. You gotta pay to get there, obviously, but once you're there, there's some pretty good bargains, places to stay. And it's always fun to be there with like Sam Raimi, you know, one of my favorite, I got to hang out with one of my favorite actresses who's on The Dig now, this new show, The Dig. Her name is Angela Bettis, and she's in one of my favorite horror movies, May. She's really good. She just had a girl fight with Lauren Ambrose on The Dig, and I like both those actresses so much, plus I got a girl fight out of it. What more would have had one? Anyway, V was a great experience for me. It was the first time anybody put my name to my face. Now when I did V, I'd starred in 12 movies and another TV show, but no one ever put my name to my face. I was always, did I go to high school with you? You know? Or somebody would see me, you know, at night on a rerun of an old movie on TV, and they liked me, you know, in a fight scene with Jeff Bridges or something, and they'd send me a beer. But no one ever put my name to my face until I did V, and I'll always be grateful for that.
If I may interject for a second, what's really interesting about V is that you played such a lovable and likable character. And were you worried about being typecast? I mean,
I wasn't worried at all. I'm such a nice guy.
Because that was right before Nightmare.
No, I did it at the same time because I was on a hiatus. You know, I signed a contract for the miniseries, and in the fine print it said if it became a TV series, I had to do it. And so I did, and there was a hiatus between the series and the miniseries, and I had to fill it, and the only job offer or the audition I could get in, and I was drinking with Christopher Lloyd and George Wendt in this cool little bar, and you're going to love the name of the bar, Fellini's, on Melrose in Hollywood, and I was sitting with George Wendt, and he was asking me about this TV show called Cheers, if he should do it. And I had just seen The Onion Field. Ted Danson's great in The Onion Field. I said, oh yeah, you got to do it. You get to work with Ted Danson. And then I went up for V. And I mean, I went up for Nightmare. I was in V, and I went up for Nightmare. And I was hanging out at this is 1984, you guys. I was hanging out at this new wave bar. And I kind of had a crush on the bartender. She was this little punk rock girl. She was such a cutie. Imagine, you know, Reese Witherspoon with a mohawk. But I like to drink in the afternoon, so I'd go have a couple of cocktails, you know, because I don't like to drive around drunk at night, and I, you know, have a cocktail and walk back to my apartment in Hollywood, and then find out what the band that was on, and they had. I'd be waiting to talk to my agent on the phone, and they had a monitor on either side of the bar, and one was a continuous loop of Eraserhead by David Lynch, and the other was a continuous loop in black and white. The Hills Have Eyes, and Last House on the Left. So I always equated Wes Craven with David Lynch. And when I got the interview for Nightmare, you know, I wanted to work for Wes. And I imagined that Wes was going to look like, you know, Marilyn Manson. And I walk in, and instead of it being this goth guy, it's this erudite Ralph Lauren, you know, 6'4" Don Quixote preppy. and I guess I did something right. You know, there's all sorts of rumors about how I got the part. I'd auditioned for every role in National Lampoon's Class Reunion, and I was sure I was going to get a major role in that, and I canceled myself out. In fact, famous actresses, Annie Potts, famous actresses were calling up and asking to do their screen tests with me for that. And I thought, well, I'm going to do this. We all wanted to be in National Lampoon movies because of Animal House. I didn't do the movie. And the casting director, I think, was very disappointed that she'd made me come back so much for so many different roles, and it made me cancel myself out. So I think she talked me up to Wes. Wes is very polite and nice and kind and says, you know, that I was the only actor that understood what he was trying to convey when he was on the interview. But it could be that Wes had been talked to a lot by David Miller and the effects people about prosthetics. And because I have a thin face, Wes may have realized in broad shoulders that when you put the prosthetics on me, the foam latex pieces on me, that I still look real, you know, because my head doesn't, you know, sometimes in movies, the people with makeup on their heads look too big for their bodies, you know, and that doesn't happen with me. The ratio works on me, and maybe he just knew that. It could have been that simple. But anyway, it was a hiatus, and I got the part, and I was actually, you know, it's so weird to go back and forth, but extremes are easier for actors. You know, I'd love to take credit for that, but extremes are easier for actors than the middle. Those middle roles are the hard ones. They're the really difficult ones. If you watch the new show American Crime, watch Timothy Hutton on that, working in the middle, you know, or watch Felicity Huffman on that show, working in the middle. That's the hard stuff to do, as opposed to the extreme stuff. Next question.